Hi, this is my friend Colleen, and we are going to hear about her birth story. So, how did you find out that you're pregnant?
I had missed my period, and we had been trying to get pregnant, so it was actually finalized through a blood test. But I did take a pregnancy test.
Okay, so you weren't on birth control?
I was not. We were trying to get pregnant.
Cool. How was your morning sickness?
I actually had no morning sickness at all. Never. I just got tired, but no morning sickness.
Lucky
so it was
you.
amazing.
That's awesome. Tell me about your body changes.
So my initial, one of the very first things I caught on to was my boobs just hurt so bad. So that was like the immediate first change. And then after that, it was just the gaining weight. I was pregnant with twins, so I did put on more weight. I put on 58 pounds, so that was a pretty big change. And that was really the biggest. I was fatigued, super fatigued in the beginning, like really tired. But yeah, that was it.
Twins. Crazy. Did you have a birth plan?
Did I have a birth plan? I don't know exactly what you want to know with that question.
I don't know, because some people, they're like, this is what I'm going to do. Exactly, I want to, take that, you get a shot.
Oh, like an epidural and all
natural
of that.
birth or
Okay, yes.
Not at the hospital, home birth.
Okay, so I see where you're going with this. Yeah, so we did have birth plan then, in that case, and it was to, I totally wanted an epidural. That was before I even knew it was twins. I just, as soon as I heard that was an option, I thought that would be great. And, yeah, and it was always planned to be a hospital birth.
Is there a reason why? Or just...
No, it just felt, it was kind of like, it was a long time ago that I gave birth, and that was definitely the way things were going. I had actually attended home births with my aunt, who had 2 of her kids at home, and I thought it was super cool, but I was just too afraid.
Yeah. So you said that you took an epidural. So how was, the duration and intensity of the labor?
So what ended up happening is my water broke at home, and I was actually scheduled for a planned cesarean 3 days later. I delivered 3 days earlier than the scheduled cesarean. But
why were you scheduled?
Because one of the kids was breech, one of the babies was breech, and we were just trying to get me to 38 weeks, and so we just had scheduled the cesarean. But
did that freak you out?
No, actually what freaked me out was the thought of having to push 2 babies out. So I was totally fine with cesarean.
Okay. So what are your feelings about the delivery experience?
Actually, my experience at the hospital was really good. It was in a small community hospital, and everybody was super excited that we were having twins, and my doctor was amazing, and he explained the whole cesarean process to us. There wasn't any really complications or anything. So Tom was with me the whole entire time, and it was, my experience was pretty good.
Was it what you hoped for?
Yeah, it was. It was kind of just followed the plan that we had planned for. I think now, knowing more about meds and all of that, maybe I would have opted for a different type of a birth. But at that time, it was all felt good.
I have no idea what these two questions are. What about nursing? Did you have any issues or concerns or difficulties?
I actually stayed in the hospital for a few days because back then they used to let you stay in the hospital longer. So I was there for 6 nights.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And I had my own private lactation nurse. So it was a little bit difficult because I felt like I nursed all the time just because there were 2 babies, which I did nurse all the time.
I hear the same thing from someone else that I know who had twins.
Yeah.
She says the same exact thing.
Yeah.
She's like always just feeding.
You're just always, you never have a shirt on. It's just like you were always nursing. But, no, it did take me a little bit of time to get the hang of it, but I felt like when I went home, I knew how to nurse them, and they nursed well.
Was it like 2 both at the same time?
Yeah, well, in the middle of the night, I would do that, or in the middle of the night, I always did them both at the same time, just to kind of try to get them on a schedule and get it over with. But during the daytime, I would do them one at a time just so I could have that bonding with them. But that part was hard. Bringing them home was a little harder.
Really?
Yeah, because all of a sudden you just have to take care of 2 babies. It's like, oh no.
Were there any recovery issues?
There weren't really any recovery issues. It took a while to heal up. It takes a little while with the cesarean, but I didn't have any issues. But it was just hard. There were times when I cried, kind of a lot, because Tom would come home and I'd be like, whoa, just because it's just a little hard in the beginning. But
I think it's the hormones.
That's what I think that part of it. I think it's a little bit of everything. I think it's hormones, lack of sleep, and just such a change on your life. It's just such a change. But, probably within 4 months, they didn't sleep really good. So, after about 4 months, once they started sleeping a little bit better, it was all good. It was all good. Really good.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Sure, thanks for asking.